William here, Patriot Containers. Today's Tuesday the 28th. I've made this video already twice now. The first time I was reading it, this is a complaint on a Pinocchio rookie company. And I read it. I read it in the video. The English is so broken that I'm stumbling to read it because the words he's saying don't flow together. And I assume English is not this person's first language. But this person got, it's such a long one too, and he got some shitty containers. They weren't delivered on time. He signed a document that says he accepted the container even though the container was delivered at night. So the next day in the daylight, he noticed the container had holes. He uploaded pictures. The container looks like crap. And the company, in the very beginning, he says, oh, the salesperson was awesome. He was always there. He was just there. They're always your best friend. This guy also paid by certified check 1 month prior to his order. So you should not pay by Zelle, wire, checks, certified checks, cashier's checks, bank deposits. Don't pay like that. I have honestly, I have a gut feeling, and I don't know if this is correct. If you pay by that form of payment with these companies, I almost think you're sealing the deal for them to purchase you the shittiest container that has the cheapest purchase price. Because once they deliver it, how are you going to get your money back? You're not. You can't. If you paid by credit card, they probably charge you 3%. They'd probably charge you a cancellation fee, a restocking fee. It's just amazing that these companies deliver these containers with holes in the middle of the night. I've sold 15 to 20,000 containers. I bet you I only have 2 deliveries in 11 years that were delivered at night. And I had a customer in Arizona where we delivered like 8 containers to, and every single container was delivered at night because my driver picked up in Long Beach, drove had to wait forever, drive there. By the time he gets there, it's night. So I even have a video of it on my YouTube channel, and it's him filming all the containers, and it's nighttime. But I read a lot that these companies deliver at night. I don't know how even if I told my drivers, hey man, deliver this thing at night, they wouldn't do it. They have a life. They don't want to deliver at night. They want to deliver during the day so they can get home to be with their family. This isn't the first time I've read reviews where people are getting containers with blatant holes delivered in the night so you can't see it. So this guy wakes up, he signs all of his forms, he can't see the container, the driver leaves, and the next thing he knows, the next morning, his container looks like shit and has holes. And then his best friend salesperson, not available anymore. It's always the same thing. This guy wasn't delivered right away either. But yeah, this container looks like crap. I'll upload pictures after this video, but I want to respond. This business owner is very aggressive. I have not read his response yet, but he has responded. Yes, because ground all the rusty spots and ruined your container. This business owner doesn't know how to type correct either. He must be typing it from his phone with anger. You inspected the container and you did not find any leaks. It's because it was delivered at night. Then started scraping all the rusty spots and went right through the core tin steel. The rust you removed is how core tin steel maintains and does not rust through. Research core tin steel on Google. We will help you resolve, but you voided the warranty when you scraped and removed the protective rust. God. Oh my God. This is the owner of the company. You may have to replace the whole sections of the roof now. The pictures you took are after the damage you caused. I think the owner of this company watches my videos. I think you need, if you really are watching my videos, I think you need to respond to your customers with more customer service-ish lingo. You're very aggressive and never accountable for anything. You delivered this customer a piece of shit container. And you've made up, I could probably count 5 lies in your response to your customer. Not one blame is accountable to you as a seller. You should have purchased your customer a good container that didn't have all these rust problems. It looks like shit, and there's no protective rust on containers. It's heavily corroded so much that the metal has fallen apart. And you probably purchased your customer an as-is container. I bet you if you actually were trustworthy and honest and you provided the paperwork for people to see, it says as-is or damaged on it. It doesn't say wind and watertight. It doesn't say economy. But yeah, if you're actually the owner responding, you should tone it down a little bit. Say, hey, you know what? We're so sorry. Please give us a call. Let us handle this. We don't like this bad review. I honestly think that you guys just don't even care. You don't care about these reviews. I've noticed that on your BBB, not one of your complaints was ever resolved, which means you literally just don't care. When I see companies that just don't care and they're never accountable, that means their customers are victims and they just don't care. Moving on. Thanks for the complaint. Moving on to the next victim. I did a review. This company actually might be Pinocchio #1 now, because the other Pinocchio #1s, they've been around for a really short time and they get complaints, but this guy gets complaints more often now. It's amazing to me that I can sell with the truth, not have any complaints in 11 years, but people don't want to hear the truth. They want to hear these companies' lies. And unfortunately, this industry wasn't like this 13 or 11 years ago. It was kind of like the best salesperson won, but now it's whoever can lie to their customer the best wins. It's not the best salesperson. It's not the person that's trying to help. It's not the person trying to tell the truth and do everything right and actually use a salesperson techniques. But basically, the container industry has turned into whoever can lie to you the most is going to take your order and they're going to screw you over. That's what these container companies are doing now. That's the whole point of my videos. And if this is the owner, he just doesn't care. Really aggressive. I honestly think he's not sitting at a computer responding. He's typing, because even the owner has major misspellings in his words and grammar. And yeah, it's just, you could probably count 5 different lies in the owner's response. But one thing I've noticed about these Pinocchio rookie companies is they will never, ever admit failure. Ever. If I was to get a complaint like this, I would say, hey, you know what? You're right. You are 100% right. We screwed up. Please call us and we'll take care of it. But they don't do that. They're not going to do that. This person is stuck with this crappy container that they purchased and they delivered for them. And the company will not lose a penny on this person. Not at all. They will not do with what's right for the customer. They never do. I get worked up in these videos because I am passionate about this. I started Patriot Containers because I used to work for companies just like this, and I hated it. That's why I'm like their kryptonite. I know who they purchased from. I know what their invoice says. I know that they're lying. I study their terms and conditions. I know all about these companies. And for legal reasons, I can't say the company name. But the information is on the internet, so I'm reading it. And it's disgusting. It's disgusting. I think it's borderline criminal, actually. I think people go to Yelp and Google and Better Business Bureau and they leave complaints, but nothing changes. Nobody reads this stuff. You know what? When you call a container company, do you think they're going to say, hey, read all of our complaints? Go to our Yelp where we have a 1-star review? No. They're going to only show you the flashy stuff. The flashy stuff. They're going to tell you that they have this amazing warranty. They're going to tell you have a refund policy. They're going to tell you that they're nationwide, that they're the most reviewed. And you have 100% satisfaction guaranteed. You know what's funny is I don't say any of that to my customers. I just don't. But all my customers are 100% satisfied. Well, not 100%. Every once in a while somebody's upset about something, but I don't get complaints like this. You want to know why? Is because I would handle it correctly to benefit the customer. These companies don't do that. They deliberately screw you over, and then they're not accountable, and then they blame you for everything. I don't understand how I just can't imagine doing that to a customer. Imagine if I told somebody every lie in the book to take their money. I promise this, I promise this, I promise this. And then I purchase the cheapest, shittiest container. And then instead of delivering in a week, I take a month and a half. It shows up at night looking like shit. And I got to tell my driver, hey man, make sure he signs something that says he accepts this container. And then the next day the customer sees it and goes, oh, that's your fault. That's your fault. You did that, not me. It sounds like a child. That's how these companies are. So I look at these reviews as, holy shit, we got another bad complaint. How do we respond to this by making it look like it's not our fault and we're perfect? Well, you're not perfect, and you're not even close to being perfect. You run a shit show operation, and it seems like you can't do anything correct, and you're never accountable, and you really don't care about your customers. And I know your name because you sell what's called economy, which you know is as is. I've looked at your rating system. You got new, cargo worthy, wind and watertight, and then economy. The only thing under wind and watertight is as is or damaged. There is no economy. That's like sending somebody a turd in the mail and saying, oh, don't worry, it's a shiny watch. Anyways, guys, that's it. First video of the day. I really didn't have anything to talk about today. That I just jumped online. Boom. New complaint. Daily basis. But I guess I make these videos to where if somebody sees it, they go, holy crap, I don't want to buy it. Is that really what's happening in this industry? And the answer is yes. That's what's happened to this industry starting in 2021. You got all these companies outbidding each other for who can lie to you the most, to take your money, to totally screw you over, and then never be accountable and then blame you as a customer for their shitty company. That's it. All right, guys, have a good one. Goodbye.